Hi there, my name is Anastasia Carroll, and I will be your student's either U.S. history teacher, government teacher, advisory teacher, computer academy, or Plato teacher, and or, in some cases, all of the above. I'm very excited to start this week and to meet all of my students, some students who I've had from last year, and a lot of students who I didn't have last year who are brand new and or just new to my class. I will be providing contact information and for students and parents in order to get a hold of me. I will show my syllabus briefly for either government or U.S. history class, as well as just information regarding that. So let's get started. My name is Anastasia Carroll, and I prefer to go by Miss Carroll or Miss C with my students. This is my fourth year here at Endeavor, and they wanted us to share some fun facts. And I guess the biggest fun fact about me is I used to be a student back in Endeavor. However, back then it wasn't called Endeavor, it was called CC Prep. And actually, this October will be the 10-year anniversary. I left CC Prep / Old Endeavor back in October 2010. So it's been 10 years, which is, ooh, that's crazy. Anyways, so yeah, let's get started with the syllabus and all that good stuff. Okay, let's do it. So here's my contact information. There is my email, that's the classroom that I'm in, and my work phone number, 720-886-7254. I'm going to be covering my class expectations and how your student will succeed in my U.S. history and government class, and then sharing with you guys Remind codes as well as Google Classroom codes. So this essentially is how your student will succeed in my class. Number one, come to class, be here. Like, yes, learn some U.S. history or government, complete the assignment. If you're absent, or even if you need more time on an assignment, communicate with me. And not just come to class. I expect you to be productive in class. Work now, you can play later. And it is my expectation that you can stay off your phone for 40 minutes. Classes are only 50 minutes at Endeavor. Usually during the first 10, I'm okay with music playing and, that sort of stuff. That's usually when we do our bell starter and kind of get things settled. However, whenever I'm addressing the class or going over the assignment or sometimes going over notes, I expect phones to be put away at that point. Ask questions if you're curious. And then last but not least, participate, be kind, and be present. On the left-hand side, we have kind of just grade percentages. 50% of your grade is classwork. 10% of your grade is our pride points, productivity, responsibility, integrity, dedication, and empathy. Students self-assess their pride every week on their DLO sheets, and more likely than not, what they self-assess is the points that they get. And it really just depends on their productivity and their level of empathy and their sense of integrity and all of those important things. Assessments are a little wonky. Quarter 1 and quarter 3, they are 40% of your grade. Quarter 2 and quarter 4, they are 30% of your grade. And the reason being is because we have a final during first semester and second semester. And for those of you, especially students that are watching that are like, oh, tests, ugh. Don't worry, because at least in my class, I don't do the same assessment every unit. So let's say we do a test one unit, but then I do a project the next unit or a writing assessment the next unit. I like to change it up. Why? Because I want to see what you're good at. And I want to also see if there's growth that happens. I do have a growth mindset. And, for those of you that really get test anxiety or, don't do well on very traditional forms of assessments, don't worry, it's not going to be very traditional every unit. Really just kind of depends. And it's going to be a lot of things that are relevant and relevant base for you guys. All right, so quickly, let's just go over the Remind class codes. I'm just going to kind of leave it there so you guys can look at it. I do have separate Remind classes for my U.S. history, my government class, and my computer academy class. And I also have a separate Remind for parents. So you can either download the app and add the code or text 8010 and type in the code as well. All right. Google Classroom. So I will be uploading everything through Schoology, so don't worry about that. However, I will also have a Google Classroom because some students just prefer Google Classroom. And also, I like Google Classroom, and it's not too hard to upload my stuff through Schoology as well as Google Classroom. All of this is on Schoology as well as Google Classroom, and all of this information, Remind and class codes, are also on your syllabus. Our syllabus for government, this is what we'll be covering. So how did we get here? First quarter and second quarter. Now, what are you going to do about it? First quarter, we're going to kind of go to the basics and the foundation of U.S. government. However, second quarter is going to be a lot of you guys learning the skills of how to run a campaign, how to write a bill, how does a jury process work, how does our government work, and how does that apply to you? And also, how do you act responsible with your civic duty? So that is essentially what we cover. Government's only a semester-long class. As for U.S. history, I teach thematically and not chronologically, and this is essentially what I will be covering all year. Or maybe you only have me for a semester. Who knows? The syllabus is on Schoology as well as Google Classroom. Also, I have no problem providing parents and or students a physical copy. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.